Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of the vlog. This is is number 23, and we're talking all about the Mandalorian and basically what came out of the panel from Star Wars Celebration last weekend. So this kind of is the end of our run of the Star Wars Celebration videos. So obviously I hope that you liked them or found them interesting or informative, and we're just going to run through what we know. We don't know a lot about the Mandalorian because the trailer wasn't actually released to the public. It was blocked off from the actual internet stream and was only actually shown to the audience that was there. So we know bits, but not a massive amount. What's going to happen after these vlogs? We've hopefully got some videos coming up very, very soon. We're finally going to be kind of starting and kicking off our sort of adventures for this year. We'll be starting off with a random one. And there'll be some stuff coming up, some travelling that we're doing, some different places that we'll be going, and I don't want to give too much away, so make sure that you're subscribed, and if you really want to, hit the notification icon as well, and then you'll never miss a video. So right, let's get into it with the Mandalorian. And as I said before, yeah, internet audiences were blocked off from actually seeing the trailer, so it did leak online. I don't know if it's still up. I did see it at the time that there was a leaked video put up. I've no idea if it's still there, and that was a week ago, so I don't really remember it particularly well. But I do remember thinking that it looked very, very cool. Very Star Wars. It just features all the things you'd expect it to have. It's the first ever live action Star Wars TV series, focuses on a band of mercenaries, and it looks really good, full of action sequences, as you'd expect from that kind of thing. Just absolutely brilliant. Anybody who is a Star Wars fan is going to now need Disney Plus to see these things. We know that they're still making Star Wars movies. We've got this idea, this rumor of the new trilogy that's going to be coming, potentially about the Old Republic. Hopefully, I hope that's true. I hope that will happen. Pretty certain that Rian Johnson is penning it at the moment, but we don't know when it will actually turn into a proper series of films. And I do think they're going to be taking a break from actually making films, so it might be that they focus more on these TV kind of spin-offs and shows. I'm fine with that, but obviously you need Disney Plus if you're going to see it, and for a long time Disney Plus was only ever going to be released in the States. So the fact that they recently announced it is going to be it's going to be streamed in most major international countries. I'm assuming the UK counts as one of those. I don't know. Or other European countries, not really sure, but yeah, hopefully it'll be coming here. I'm sure it will be in one form or another eventually. The show's also going to be introducing new species, new races, new starships, and apparently is set 5 years after the Return of the Jedi, with the Empire still struggling to kind of keep control. So what I'm hoping that we might actually see is the transition between, even if it's just the beginnings of it, transitioning from the Empire to the First Order. You won't obviously see a full transition because that's a long period of time. But I always assumed that after Return of the Jedi, the Empire just fell and just crumbled and disappeared. And obviously it didn't, because Snoke came along and then the First Order came along. So we know that it recovers and it rebuilds into something kind of bigger. But how that comes to be, I don't really know. So I'm hoping that we're going to get some answers actually from the Mandalorian, and will show us a little bit as to how that happens, how power shifts or is retained really by the Empire, and how they do manage to keep control. And presumably these mercenaries are fighting to try and to finish them off, to finish the Empire. Maybe they succeed somehow, don't know, but it's just one of the things that for me makes it really, really interesting. Because of when it's set. Some people have said, could we see Boba Fett actually survive Return of the Jedi? Obviously, the last time we saw him, he was thrown down into that pit with the thing in it, the thing with the stuff that kind of eats him. Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting anybody to be able to survive something like that, but who knows? It's possible. One other theory was that could the Mandalorian actually be Boba Fett? Well, I don't know that, obviously. We'll wait and see. It'd be a different armour that he's wearing, but obviously it's predominantly the same theme that he has in there. I'd kind of like it to be its own standalone character, really. For Boba Fett to be in it would be cool, as like maybe a cameo or something. But I don't want him to be the Mandalorian. I'd like the Mandalorian to be a whole other character. Pedro Pascal, who plays the Mandalorian, said that he is a mysterious lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy. Some might say he has a questionable moral character. So he's probably your typical kind of bounty hunter, really, to be honest with you. But very cool, very kind of bit of a Western feel to it. And Jon Favreau did actually say during the panel that that's actually what they looked for, or looked to, for a lot of the inspiration in it. So it does have a bit of a Western theme, a whole gunslinger kind of thing, a bit of a lone wolf kind of character out there. And it just sounds very, very cool, to be honest with you. So the trailer itself, what we know, as I say, I did see it, but I can't remember what was in it. But the trailer shows the Mandalorian ship, which is called the Razor Crest, and that featured very heavily in the panel. They were showing a lot of the visual effects videos and techniques that they were using and crafting the Razor Crest in this ship that looks very interesting, actually, I have to say. Very, again, Star Warsy, if that makes sense. I preferred that to some of the stuff that we would have seen in like Episode 1, vehicle-wise. There's cantinas in it, there's lots of aliens in it, there's loads of stormtroopers in it, there's TIE fighters, there's droids. I mean, what more do you want from a Disney TV show, really, to be honest, about Star Wars? That's everything, absolutely everything. Interestingly, about stormtroopers, the show didn't have enough stormtroopers for one particular scene, so they actually hired in the 501st, 501, 501, whatever. Who basically are a group of stormtrooper cosplayers to come in to come in and basically prop up the actors that they had. They didn't have enough extras, so that's actually very cool, because it shows you that the creators of these shows do pay attention to the fans and what they do. And the 501st Legion is awesome. It's absolutely brilliant, amazing cosplayers, brilliant costumes that they produce, and they do it en masse as well. It's a massive following that they have. And it's entirely a fan group, so the fact that they're actually appearing in a TV show, I think, is just absolutely brilliant. And I love the fact that they'll incorporate, a fan group into a show. That's just brilliant. I really, really love that. Hopefully, I'll actually be kind of meeting or seeing some of one of the spin-offs, if you want to call it that, one of the factions to the Legion soon. In a couple of months, so stay tuned if you like that kind of thing. There'll be some of that to follow, but obviously I can't really give it away at the moment, so hush hush. So yeah, we don't know a lot else really, to be honest. The Mandalorian sounds good, looks good, and it will be on Disney Plus from November. I think it's around the 12th of November, something like that. I don't know 100% whether or not that's just a US release date or whether or not it's rolled out internationally later than that, but I would imagine that Disney wouldn't want any leaked footage, duplicated videos appearing on YouTube in poor quality, that kind of thing. So I would have thought that once Disney Plus goes live in America, it's going to be live everywhere. I certainly hope so. It's going to be a completely ad-free service. It's not overly expensive from what I've seen. What I've heard, it was something like $6.99 a month, or you could pay a bulk subscription for a year. $6.99 isn't huge. I think you pay more for Netflix as a subscription on a monthly basis, so that's not too bad, especially considering that it's ad-free. That's actually quite cheap, bearing that in mind. So I think that what Disney are expecting and obviously hoping for is for a massive subscription, and they'll probably get it, to be fair, with shows like this, with everything else that they've got on there, the full collection of Marvel shows, movies, the Star Wars movies, things like Rebels and Clone Wars and that kind of thing should be on there, and then the entire backlog of Disney and Pixar films. So it's going to be huge. So we're definitely looking forward to that. Disney Plus generally coming out, but definitely The Mandalorian. So yeah, that's kind of all we really know at the moment. As I say, it's got some really cool looking things in there, some great ideas, and we wait and we see what it's going to be like. So with that being said, that brings an end to the Star Wars Celebration videos. If you haven't seen any other ones, check them out, have a look back, where we look at Galaxy's Edge in great detail, or pretty good detail. We have a look at the teaser trailer for Episode 9, and then the video before that was just kind of a general run through for Star Wars Celebration. And really, just in conclusion, for Star Wars Celebration, it's the first one that I've ever really paid any attention to and kind of followed along. And I thought it was absolutely amazing to see that many fans and cosplayers and just people living Star Wars and just enjoying it and just being part of something is brilliant. It's like a Comic-Con, but obviously just focusing on one very specific subject matter, and it's just brilliant because you can go through life as a kind of geeky nerd and never really interact with people or find anyone who has the same interest as you, and then you go to somewhere like that and actually you realise you're part of something absolutely huge. So it's just great. There's a fantastic video that's been released by Star Wars Celebration and the Star Wars Twitter page during the course of the week, which just kind of shows you just some of the emotions behind the fans, why they're into it, how much they enjoy it, how much they love it. You can find that video, check it out. I did retweet it, so somewhere is on my timeline. Have a look at it if you can. It's a brilliant video, and it's why we all love Star Wars. So with that being said, we are all done, and we will see you very, very soon. As I say, there's some videos coming up very shortly for some random adventures we're going on, and I'm not going to say any more than that. So with that said, we're all done, and I'll see you guys real soon.